Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into some seriously fascinating insights about the fast-approaching 2026 professional landscape. Specifically, we're talking about the top AI skills we all need to master. Look, artificial intelligence just isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore, right? It is the defining skill set of right now. So let's explore exactly what we need to know to stay not just relevant, but incredibly valuable. Okay, let's dive right into this. I want you to be honest with yourself for a quick second here. Are you actively using these new AI tools, or are you kind of just watching the revolution from the sidelines? Because right now, AI is completely reshaping almost every industry you can think of, from marketing all the way to HR. But, a lot of professionals are still hesitating. They're unsure of where to even start. And the reality is, if we don't integrate AI into our daily workflows today, we really do risk falling behind. But hey, the flip side of that is absolutely thrilling. If we embrace it, we unlock a whole new level of productivity and career growth.
So here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll look at the 2026 professional landscape. Then, content and communication tools. Third, data, code, and automation. Fourth, we'll touch on the ethics of AI. And finally, number 5, your practical learning roadmap. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the 2026 professional landscape.
The biggest takeaway from the source material is that AI is the immediate defining toolset for literally every department, and looking toward 2026, we're seeing two very different types of professionals emerge. On one hand, you've got your passive AI users. These are folks who are maybe just watching from the sidelines, or they're typing in super basic requests and blindly accepting the very first output the machine spits out. On the flip side, we have AI leveragers. And listen, if you want to be promotable and truly valuable, you absolutely must become a leverager. This means you're in the driver's seat, you actively direct the tools, you provide the right context, and you massively multiply your productivity. You see, you aren't being replaced by AI. You're just using it to supercharge your own capabilities.
Moving right along to Section 2, content and communication tools.
So, communicating effectively with AI is very quickly becoming just as essential as knowing how to write an email. And what's really fascinating here is that prompt engineering isn't really just a tech skill anymore. It's basically the new business literacy. It's the art of crafting really precise, context-rich instructions for AI tools. If you give a vague prompt, well, you're going to get vague, unhelpful results. But once you learn to clearly state your objectives, give relevant background, clarify your intent, and set specific constraints, wow, you unlock these incredibly powerful, highly accurate outputs. It's all about understanding how the model actually interprets context.
And once we actually master prompting, we can tap into some truly mind-blowing generative AI capabilities. We're talking about tools like Midjourney, DALL-E, Sora, and 11 Labs. These are completely revolutionizing content creation. I mean, marketers and creators can now generate detailed blog outlines, produce high-quality images, and even whip up full videos and voiceovers at just a fraction of the usual cost and time. And it goes way beyond just making pretty pictures. These tools handle SEO optimization, A/B testing for your ad copy, and they can draft highly personalized email campaigns in minutes instead of days. It's a real game changer.
But, and this is a really big but, here is the catch that really stood out to me. AI is a collaborative assistant. It is absolutely not an autonomous employee. Reviewing the work, fact-checking, making sure your brand's unique voice shines through, that is the real differentiating skill here. Because honestly, anyone can generate 1,000 words of generic copy. But the professional who ensures originality, optimizes for the actual user intent, and injects real, strategic human thinking, that is the person who wins.
Okay, on to Section 3, data, code, and automation.
What is so amazing right now is that incredibly complex technical tasks are suddenly accessible to everyone. You don't need to be a software engineer anymore. Tools like Zapier AI, Make, Microsoft Power Automate, and Google Gemini are totally revolutionizing how we work. Even coding assistants like GitHub Copilot are completely changing the game. These platforms actually let you analyze massive datasets or build out entire automation pipelines using just plain old English instead of complicated programming languages. Just imagine the sheer power of a simple, no-code automation pipeline. Step 1. You connect your CRM to your email. Step 2. The AI automatically scores your incoming leads based on criteria you set up. Step 3. It fires off an automated, highly personalized follow-up. Seriously, a single sales professional or project manager who builds this kind of seamless, trigger-based workflow can literally do the work of an entire team. It frees up hours and hours every single week for the high-level, strategic thinking that actually moves the needle.
And the exact same thing goes for data. You no longer need to be a data scientist to extract deep, actionable business insights. You can literally just upload a spreadsheet right into ChatGPT or Gemini, ask your questions in plain English, and boom, instant charts and trend analyses. The real skill for us isn't crunching the complex math anymore. It's knowing exactly how to frame the right business questions and then critically evaluating what the AI tells you before you go and make some major company-wide decision.
Which brings us to Section 4, the ethics of AI.
As we hand over more and more of our daily tasks to algorithms, it becomes glaringly obvious that organizations desperately need people who understand not just how to use AI, but exactly when not to use it. You have to be thinking about algorithmic bias, strict privacy concerns, intellectual property rights, and the very real risk of generating misinformation. Plus, there are some major regulatory compliance hurdles coming down the pipeline, like the EU AI Act. If you can balance rapid innovation with strict data governance, transparency, and solid ethical decision-making, you are going to be a highly trusted, indispensable asset to any company, especially in heavily regulated fields like legal, healthcare, and finance.
All right, our final section, number 5, your practical learning roadmap. The best part about all of this, you absolutely do not need a computer science degree to get started. Here is a clear, totally actionable roadmap you can kick off today. Day 1, start with the fundamentals of generative AI. Maybe take a structured course on a platform like Eduonix. Week 1, commit to practicing every single day. Force yourself to use AI tools for your actual, real-world job tasks, like drafting reports or summarizing your meetings. Month 1, look into earning some certifications so you can validate these new skills to your employers. And year 1, document your workflows. Build a portfolio on GitHub or LinkedIn that actually showcases how you've solved real business problems with AI. Getting your hands dirty with experimentation is, hands down, the fastest way to build your confidence.
So the really crucial point to remember here is that while you are out there learning the tech, you must simultaneously double down on your human skills. We're talking communication, critical thinking, complex problem solving, and your own specific domain expertise. Because AI performs at its absolute best when it's being guided by a human who has deep, nuanced industry knowledge. The AI gives you the speed, sure, but you have to provide the judgment.
I want to leave you with this incredibly powerful quote from our source material today. It says, "The professionals who thrive in 2026 will not be those who fear AI. They will be those who learned to direct it." We have this massive opportunity right now to take charge of our career development, to stop being afraid of the technology, and to actually start directing it to work for us.
So here's my final question for you. Which daily task are you going to automate with AI first? Think about your workflow for tomorrow morning. Find just one repetitive task, open up an AI assistant, and just start experimenting. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Get out there, start prompting, and I will see you next time.